A pairing of cosmic proportions, a beer brand out of Vermont, a local nonprofit out of everywhere, but also here in Connecticut, partnering to make a difference for the 80,000 people living with Alzheimer's here in Connecticut. I want you to say hi to Joe Orsini. He's the gentleman on the right with Lawson's Finest. They make Sip of Sunshine beer, if you know that IPA. Madison Norton's with the Connecticut Chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. We say good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
And we teased this before the break about how we were putting beer and Alzheimer's together, and in a way, in an indirect way, that kind of sums up your connection, because you do have a connection to both, don't you, Joe?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm obviously work for Lawson's Finest Liquids. I'm in the beer business, but my mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's back in 2019, and going through that process and knowing how difficult it was, I was able to reach out to the Alzheimer's chapter in Connecticut, and they were able to give me resources and support during a really rough time.
And because we always say the caregivers are almost just as going through as difficult of a point as the patients are.
Absolutely.
More on that part in just a second. But you came up with this idea and said, wait a second, Lawson's gives a lot of money back to the community. It's part of an initiative they did, and you kind of figured, hey, I got an idea.
That's correct. Well, the brewery had a great idea. We have a program up in Vermont that we run called the Social Impact Program, aka the SIP, and we were able to donate over $2.5 million to 400 nonprofits.
Fantastic.
Since 2018. And now we're bringing that program that was in Vermont down to our states, which one of them is Connecticut.
And lest you think that they're just, maybe giving a little money, a little check to the Alzheimer's Association, you guys came up with a beer, Cosmic Shift, and the proceeds are going to help the Alzheimer's Association.
Yep, so portions of the proceeds of this beer, Cosmic Shift IPA, will go directly to the Alzheimer chapter of Connecticut. This is a 6.2 ABV juicy hop forward IPA, and it's tasting really great.
Exactly what I like, absolutely, and exactly what you like as well, because, you think about folks who like to help out, and who doesn't like to, nice to have a cold one on a hot day, and yet they're helping an association that needs a lot of support, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's perfect timing for the summer, but we're so lucky to have Joe involved in the fight, and it's been great so far.
Talk about how this helps the Longest Day initiative.
Yeah, events like this definitely help the Longest Day, because people like Joe and companies like Lawson's kind of just get to choose their activity, hobby, special interest, special talent, and turn it into a way to raise funds for the association.
And you think, okay, I don't know how I could incorporate beer into that, but Joe did it. So all right, where can we get the brew?
So you can buy this beer available for purchase at all retailers that carry Lawson's Finest Liquids. The beer actually comes out this week in Connecticut, and we're having a launch party.
Let's talk about that over at Hop House. Our friends there in Southington.
Southington, it's going on this Thursday, 5:30 p.m. They're located on West Main Street in Southington.
We know them well. We've had them on before.
Yeah, great guys.
And you get to crack open one of these if you go in there, right?
Yeah, we'll have a sampling for everyone. We'll have a lot of stuff to give away, and also, Alzheimer's chapter will be here just as for support if people need to come in and ask questions.
It's tempting. It's all tempting to have one on the morning show, but I don't think the bosses are going to like that. So we'll just wait. Joe, Manning, nice to see you. Continued success, and I know this is doing some wonderful work for a wonderful organization. And thank you for taking a tough story in your life and getting some real good out of it. We always like to see that. So cheers to you.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
We have